Hi, this is Cheryl for Cut at Home. Today I want to show you the Holtz Alterations dimensional cutting pad. This is a lot of fun, and it's a way to stretch your dies and get some different uses out of it than what you have in the past. It's kind of a squarish die. I don't think it's exactly square, but it kind of looks that way. And you can see kind of that it's got this indent in the center. Where that indent hits your die, it's not going to cut. So it's going to leave that part attached to the paper. So it leaves these fun possibilities that you can have a very dimensional element. This is a scalloped heart that is still intact in the center at the top and bottom, but I'm able to fold up the sides and get just a really cute effect for this card. So nothing new or different in terms of dies and that sort of thing, but just new uses for what you have. Let me show you how you would use the cutting pad with the various dies. This is one of the originals dies, so it's the thick die. Same as you would with any other thick die. You're only using the two cutting plates. The dimensional cutting plate you can see is the same thickness as our other cutting plates, and so it just takes the place of one. So we're using one standard plate with it. We're going to add the die here. The white markings you see at either end are where I'm marked with just a pen, a white pen, to show where the center is so that I can cut straight. I also find it helpful to use a little low-tech tool here. It's a piece of baker's twine to sort of stretch between those sides and help me to keep things straight. I'm going to lay my paper over top of it at this point. Oops, I want my paper to be kind of centered on there as well. And then I'm going to lay the dimensional cutting plate on top. And again, I want that center part to be in the center of my die in order to get a good cut. This is what you end up with. You end up with this fun dimensional piece. Instead of the cutout tree that we were looking for here, this one, we end up with a dimensional piece still attached to the paper you're cutting it from at the bottom and at the top, but you can bend it up and give it some life. It's perfect for butterflies. You can see that as a suggestion on the front here, but I tried to find some other uses for it. Now you do have to select your dies a little bit carefully to see what will work best with this. I also tried another original die. This is a snowflake. The problem with the snowflake is that it's too small and too detailed. You can see I've got two snowflakes here. They're sort of cocked to the side, so it's very hard to hit the center of them in the first place. But even if you do, it's just too small. So I can't get enough dimensionality out of this for it to work to me effectively. So you just have to test your dies and see what works best. Now let's take a look at the repositional magnetic dies. These are the ones that come in the packaging and kind of look like this. For that, we need our base tray here. It's an essential part of this. You're still going to leave your plate on the bottom and add the base tray at this point in time. Now you can't not see quite so well, but I did mark my base tray to where center lines would be based on my placement of the plate. And so again, it's easiest then once you have those markings in place, you can set your die in sort of centered between those 2 points. I still find it helpful to use a bit of baker's twine just to make sure that I'm straight. And you can see here I've got my heart as straight as I can. It's a primitive heart, so it's not going to be totally straight. But again, we're going to lay the paper over the top, the cutting plate over, being careful to hit those center lines again, and run it through. So you have a lot of possibilities for placement with this one. Here I was able to place it at the side of the card. I think this would be really cute with some flowers around it and that sort of thing, just adding a little dimension. You can also use this with your thin dies. To use it with thin dies, we need to bring back our multi-purpose platform. So multi-purpose platform first, and then our base plate. Now here I find it easiest to lay the cardstock down, lay the thin die on top of it, and then it's not too difficult to center this device over the top and make it all work out. Again, that's exactly what I used to cut this little heart here and to make this fun card. So the Tim Holtz Alterations dimensional cutting pad, it's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to get more use out of those supplies that you already have. Thanks for watching.